TIL, the Diderot effect is obtaining a new possession which often creates a spiral of consumption which leads you to acquire more new things. As a result, we end up buying things that our previous selves never needed to feel happy or fulfilled. Welcome to Guitar Center. Let me know if you need help with anything. Someone bought me a 10-gallon fish tank once. Thousands of dollars later I still have that 10-gallon fish tank. It's in case my main tank goes down and I need to evacuate all my aquatic friends. Many years ago I got a PS3 which looked crap on my old tube TV, so I bought a LED TV, which made my terrestrial TV signal look like crap, so I bought satellite TV. The PS3 was free as part of a mobile phone deal, the rest certainly wasn't. I was happy though. I started taking pictures with my iPhone and found it was a good way to handle my anxiety attacks. Friends and family liked the pictures. Then I started looking at getting a true camera. I saw how affordable the Sony A5000 was and posted that it was going to be my next purchase. My sister-in-law surprised me by getting it for a Christmas gift. The best present I've ever received. The kit lens was okay at first, but Sony lenses were expensive. Then I saw you could adapt Canon lenses. So I got two with an adapter. I started going to local car shows. I loved the new lenses. But the camera didn't have a viewfinder or flash. It kept nagging me. I saw an A6000 locally for sale. Great price. Now I have two cameras. I buy cheap manual focus lenses. Adapt more classic lenses. Then I discovered macro photography. First using extension tubes. Then a more purpose-built 2x macro lens. I needed a flash. And tripod head for stacking shots. What's this? The roll of film I never developed from that Canon someone gave me. Not great, but I should try better film. More film cameras given to me. More lenses. More film. Medium format. 5 cameras. 32 cameras. 5 cameras get stolen, including my favorite. I now have a full-frame Sony, more expensive autofocus lenses. I just bought a $650 set of Pro medium format cameras and lenses. Then a customer of mine gives me their grandfather's camera he bought home from the war. I'm repairing cameras. I have only taken like 100 photos this whole year. Help me. Getting into houseplants really opens up a wormhole. First you get a couple of plants and they thrive, so you get more and start to love them. Then you get more and you start to repot them, so you need soil and more pots. You also have to think about nutrition and start to read about fertilizer. Then you get hit by one of the many problems while owning many plants. Your new plant had fungus gnats and now all of them have to deal with it. So you start using neem oil to get rid of the problem, and it also works preventive against a lot of problems. 2 years later you have 40 plants, several different kind of fertilizer, and you can't imagine a life without plants anymore. See also, buying a puppy. When Alexander saw his purchase history he wept, for there was no more crap to buy on Amazon. Plutarch. Buy a new guitar. Now I need different tools to work on it. And new strings. And a better amp. And some new pedals. Gee, I wonder how that guitar that I don't own yet sounds through all this new gear. That explains my lockdown purchasing habits. Home ownership. Don't buy a record player unless you have money and space to waste on records. I bought a handbag about a month ago. I've wanted one for years. First non-necessity purchase in a few months. Next thing I know I'm buying adult onsies and a PS2. Having new stuff is just a high. I'm a 30-year-old man that all of a sudden has a deep desire to buy a sewing machine, leather scraps, and copper twine, all to make the stereotypical grandma trinkets we see on Facebook and etc. This came out of nowhere, and I can't wait. This is D&D to me. I picked up my first player's handbook on a recommendation from a friend, and now I've started accumulating dice. Dice make me happy now. Little shiny click-clacks. The things you own, end up owning you. Tyler Durden. That's why I held off on upgrading the inherited furnishings in my studio apartment for 7 years. I simply treated it as a crash pad until I finally had enough cash on hand to redo it correctly. I only got into Warhammer to beat lockdown boredom. Now it's an obsession. Deleted. Yeah, I've got it. Bought some fishing tackle and it got out of hand. From 10 rod and reels to near 35 plus, and the tackle that goes with fishing for anything. And still can't catch a fish. I've spent nearly the entirety of the pandemic buying survival gear. Packs, tents, water purifiers, a hatchet. This is me going full circle. I wanted an Apple Pencil, because they say it's better to use than the pen I have, but Apple Pencil works only with iPad Pro and newer models, so I have to buy one full brand new iPad for my pencil. This is too expensive, so I checked the Galaxy tab, because it has the pencil, supported by Wacom, included, but Android doesn't support Procreate, so I have to download and learn a new program that is supported by Android. So in the end I went back to Autodesk Sketchbook, that can be used with the Wacom pen I already own, with a decent pressure sensitivity, and is fairly supported by the tablet I already own. I get, is probably old for a professional, but I'm not a professional. Turns out I don't really need to buy anything new until the stuff I have is still working, just practice with the tools I have and better my drawing skills first. I personally found his story hilarious after reading his reflective essay on blowing all his fortune on acquiring material items within his area of residence. And then, after being penniless, writing about his musings as a newfound hundred-heir. You should really read it. https://www. Marxists.org/reference/archive/Diderot/1769/regrets. HTM, welcome to PC Master Race. I've heard this called gear acquisition syndrome. New phone, now the wireless charger, next the wireless earbuds. One word, bourbon. A house. I'm screwed for the next 40 years. See also, iPhone 12. And the MagSafe charger. And a new case and a new 5G plan. I feel seen. Cigars, humidor, torch lighter, cutters, travel humidor, etc. And this is how I ended up with an egg cup. Bought a $25 AeroPress to make better coffee during WFH. Started buying $16 to $20 bags of nice ground coffee from local roasters. Then bought a $150 burr grinder to grind beans for maximum freshness. Then I bought a $150 electric kettle for maximum control and convenience. The next logical step is a $500 espresso machine. Then I will need to upgrade to a $300 grinder, and the cycle repeats. Oh, it's just a new monitor, my old one is 6 years old, I've had a rough year, I deserve this. Well, I can't really use my new ultra-wide monitor with only a 1070 GPU and 8 GB of RAM. Okay, now that I spent $1,400 on a brand new PC, and another $500 on the monitor, I may as well go all in and get the peripherals too. Can't enjoy a new battle station without a new keyboard/mouse/gamepad/chair, and of course they all have RGB, even the chair. Yes. Why did I spend over $2,000 on a PC so I can play video games that either A, aren't out for months and I now can't afford, or B, are 5 years old and were already running fine on my old build? Got a new laptop, it only had 2 USB ports, so I got a hub so I could plug on my mic, keyboard, and mouse at the same time. Had 3 extra ports on the hub. Next thing I know, I'm on Amazon looking at USB lamps and vacuum cleaners because I just wanted to fill those ports. Ah yes, I see you have discovered the hobby. I worked as an IT guy for 20 YRS. About 10 YRS ago I needed to prop a door open to my office door. I causally reached out to a pile of old laptops on the table and used that. It occurred to me later that that was a 3600 MacBook Pro bought years ago that a manger had to have. He did emails and Word only. That moment changed my thinking as I then went through my own stuff that I had to have and realized it was all for nothing. I slowly became a minimalist. Now when I get the urge to buy something, I go to either my Stash or Robinhood app and buy a stock in something I like. The other day I thought I think I want a Peloton bike. So went to my app and I bought $10.00 in stock. I mean, yeah, I am still fat, but I got that feeling that I am doing something healthy for myself.